Welcome back to Wade Stadium. The Duluth Huskies, they take a close one here this evening against the Crosse Loggers. A 4-3 victory after losing by 12 runs a night ago. A big part of that was the closer, Ethan Hammerberg. He picked up his third save on the year. He left the tying run stranded on third base, and our Adam Cohen is with them down on field side. What do you guys have for us?
Hello, Husky fans. I'm Adam Cohen, and joined alongside me is Ethan Hammerberg, who picked up his third save of the season in a crucial 4-3 victory over the Crosse Loggers. Ethan, the Huskies needed this victory, and you were able to stay cool and collected, able to get the save, able to prevent the runner from scoring after giving up that leadoff double.
Really, I was just worried about making my pitches and having fun up there. It's summer baseball. All you do is just have fun and throw hard and trust the guys you got behind you and just have fun with it.
Another reason why this is such a crucial win for the Huskies is because you guys are playing against the St. Cloud Rocks, who were 0-6 on the season. But additionally, the Loggers have been catching steam, and the Eau Claire Express are right in the middle of the playoff chase right as well. Hello, Harley. Good to see you there. But continuing on with the question as well, the Huskies, of course, they needed this victory, and how important did it mean picking up the save for you, Ethan?
The save for me really wasn't a huge deal. I'm more focused on just making sure I'm there for my guys and my team. We've worked hard all summer to get to this point, and had a rocky start in the first half and kind of picked up steam in the second half. So we're just taking it game by game and just seeing how things go.
And speaking of your fellow teammates, Cameron Poole, Richard Keel, and Michael Sarhat pitched phenomenally tonight. What do you have to say about your teammates?
I think it's fantastic. Them coming in, doing their job, especially in a tight ball game, just sets me up that much better, and I can't thank them enough for doing their job.
Additionally, Jared Southern, another huge piece in the Huskies bullpen, will join the Huskies officially tomorrow. What does it mean to have him back in the pen with you?
I think it's fantastic because, iron sharpens iron. We learn a lot from each other, kind of rub on each other, and he teaches me some things, I teach him some things. It's going to be great to have another closing arm in the bullpen.
And my last question for you, Ethan, is that in the first half of the season, you weren't used as much in high-leverage situations, but as the season went on, you're being used more in the ballgame, picking up saves left and right. How does it feel to have such an important and vital role with this team?
Personally, I just look at it as just a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, it's a summer ball. Yeah, it's a stressful game of social situations, but I'm out there just to have fun and be on the field with, a group of guys that I had no idea who they were coming in the summer, and now we're just a band of brothers. So it's just a lot of fun.
Glad to hear it. Thank you for your time, Ethan. I'll bring it back up top to Matthew and Brendan.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Welcome back up here to the Crow's Nest. Brendan Reilly and Matthew Hargrove. We finally have a chance to breathe, Matthew. Things were pretty tense up here. Well, we can finally breathe now as the Huskies, they pick up the big one. Just heard Ethan Hammerberg talking, and he has to be pretty ecstatic after the performance he was able to put on after giving up the leadoff double to Kevin Sim.
He has to be, and Ethan Hammerberg, that ERA under 2 coming into tonight, and he came up with the biggest strikeout of the night on Ronnie Sweeney. After allowing the double to Sim. He eventually made it to third base, but the bullpen was huge tonight for the Huskies, and we have been expressing that for the Huskies to get into that playoff spot, the bullpen has to show up. And Richard Keel with the 2 shutout innings. Michael Sarhat continues to be dominant, and then Ethan Hammerberg just doing Ethan Hammerberg things. Cameron Poole was excellent. Just all-around phenomenal performance tonight by the Huskies.
Now, we said at the top of the broadcast that for Cameron Poole, this was going to be a huge start for him. He needs to go at least 5 after he went 4 in Wilmer last weekend. He's able to come out here, give the Huskies 5, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those coming in the first inning, and he walked 4 and struck out 4, but he was able to do so much for this Huskies team in order to really, after using 7 pitchers yesterday, it helped save the bullpen today.
I said during the broadcast that Cameron Poole, the way that he's been pitching, we know the struggles, we know the walks, we know the high ERA, but Cameron Poole doesn't have to be the ace going into tonight. He just has to do his job and keep the Huskies in the ball game. And if he tries to go out there and pitch perfect, then it's not going to be a good outing. And he didn't do so. He was struggling in the beginning. It was a really grinding game for Cameron Poole. And again, I mentioned that that on the broadcast. And the reason why it was is in the beginning, he really only had the curveball. He was a one-pitch pitcher, but he was able to get out of jams. And slowly that fastball, that good tailing fastball from Cameron Poole, it started to find its stride in the middle of the game, the third and fourth inning. And in that fourth inning, he started to really aggressively go with the changeup. He had Sim really off balance on a 3-1 changeup, got him to ground out. But Cameron Poole, a little tip of the cap to the lefty, because after that struggling outing against Wilmer, where the Duluth Huskies going into that fourth inning against the Wilmer Stingers, they were up 4-1, and they were coming off of a win the previous night. They had a good shot at winning that series, that 4-game set against the Wilmer Stingers, that Poole was able to have a dominant outing, and you knew that he was really down on himself and in between starts, and for him to come up with a big 5-inning outing for the Huskies is huge.
Now this win is just massive right now, because you look at the current scoreboard in the Northwoods League, especially in the Great Plains East Division. The Eau Claire Express, they're in danger of losing their second straight to the Mud Puppies. The Mud Puppies are up 3-0, top of the ninth at Carson Park. So if the Huskies are able to win today, they get now 2 games over La Crosse and Eau Claire. It looks like Waterloo is ahead of Mankato 6-5. That one get into the late innings. So you're not going to gain any ground on Waterloo. But this win is just absolutely massive for this team. We talked about it. It was a must-win today, and they responded.
And Brendan Reilly, that's all fine and dandy. The Eau Claire Express, yeah, that's huge for the Duluth Huskies. And I hate to be this guy, but if you are in that Duluth Husky clubhouse, you have the St. Cloud Rocks coming in, and you have not picked up a victory against St. Cloud. You have to make sure at least that you pick up a split. This late in the season, you cannot avoid to be swept by any team. It doesn't matter how good or how talented they are. So, and you have to remember too, the La Crosse Loggers still have to play the Minnesota Mud Puppies 4 times. I know the Mud Puppies are picking up some, looks like a couple of big wins for the Duluth Huskies against the Eau Claire Express, but the La Crosse Loggers, you can't just assume that the Mud Puppies are going to come up huge because of the struggles for most of the season that the Mud Puppies have had. So, again, this is a great win, and the Huskies, this was a must-win because of the way that they have been playing the St. Cloud Rocks, and we were talking about in the pregame show, if the Huskies were to lose this game tonight and then be swept by St. Cloud, a 4-game losing streak, you can start to fall maybe 3 or 2 games back with just a week left to play. Again, I don't want to be that guy, but the Huskies, they just have to really focus on this series coming up and enjoy this win tonight.
Well, they can enjoy the win, but they have to turn around quickly tomorrow. But a big part of this game, why the Huskies were able to have the success they had, they only came away with 5 hits, but La Crosse, they made 6 errors. Now, credit to La Crosse, the errors did not come through having a bunch of runs brought in, but the Huskies, they were able to, really be able to come away with this ballgame because of all the miscues that La Crosse had defensively.
And we're going to see these La Crosse Logger errors in the game recap right now. It just kind of was a struggling out. It was really surprising to see that La Crosse Loggers were able to stay in the ball game with it being 4-3 with those 6 errors, and Aiden Sweat had a couple of them. And right off the bat, you're going to see the struggles from Cameron Poole. The Loggers went up 3-0, and the Huskies, another pretty good comeback win. Not as nice as the Minnesota Mud Puppy comeback win, but this late in the season, almost as good.
Mike Bovey got the scoring started with a 2 RBI double, and then Callan Halverson on a jam shot was able to tie the game up in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then going from there, the Huskies, they were able to go to the bullpen for quite some time. Cameron Poole was able to be pretty good over his 5 innings of work, giving up only those 3 runs. And those are only 3 runs. And Amber and Voitic flashing the leather there.
And that's not even going to be the best play that you see tonight from Amber and Voitic. Another strikeout there from Cameron Poole on the curveball. He's fired up, and rightfully so. And the bullpen was huge. Here in the 6th inning. This is going to be another run for the Huskies. This will be the last run. They pick up the lead in the 4th inning. And again, the bullpen was just huge. We're going to talk about it after we see the save here from Ethan Hammerberg. He gives up the leadoff double to Sim, and then after that, Hammerberg with a couple of big strikeouts after getting the bunt for the first out in the 9th.
Well, things were a little dicey there by Hammerberg, able to get Ronnie Sweeney to go down swinging, and then he was able to get Kyle Casper to pick up his 3rd save on the year and give the Huskies their 13th win in the second half to keep pace with the Waterloo Bucks. Well, Matt, it was a great game here tonight. It was very energetic, very, very tense down the stretch, but it just goes to show it's really been the story of the second half. Take away last night, Huskies are just able to bounce back. That's really the story of this
Yeah.
second half, and it just goes to show a lot about this team and the character that they have.
No, they have shown this type of grit the entire season because they've had some incredible comebacks. You got to see that huge comeback in extra innings in Waterloo, and then we've been here at Wade Stadium for the Minnesota Mud Puppy comebacks.
And
and
you can't forget about the Rochester one either.
No, absolutely not. And, yeah, this team has had fights, and that's why we sit here. I know we've been talking a lot about the Huskies and their potential playoff appearance, and the reason why we are talking about it so much because this is realistic for the Duluth Huskies with the way that they are able to come back late into ball games. And going into that St. Cloud Rock series, when we talk about the starters, it's looking like Oscar Leppe is going to get the ball tomorrow. And Oscar Leppe, even though the struggles have been real for Leppe to begin his Husky season, he's coming off of a one shutout inning the other night in that 18-6 loss against the Loggers. And I think scoreless outing for Leppe is exactly what he needed. He's University of San Francisco D1 player. He's got outstanding talent. But if Leppe is consistently able to find the strike zone, he's going to be fine. And he has to have the same mindset as Cameron Poole. Just keep your team in the ball game. Leppe, you don't have to go out there and be an ace, but if you can give them 5, maybe 6 innings, maybe 4 innings of just giving up 1 run, then that's going to be good for the Huskies.
Well, Huskies, they have St. Cloud over the next 2. Then they welcome in Bismarck the final time the Huskies will see them. Then they travel to Mankato next Wednesday and
that's
Thursday.
That's going to be another tough one.
That's going to be a great series down at ISG Field. Huskies looking to come away with a sweep and somehow split the season series against Mankato. Then they finish things up against the Wilmer Stingers. So it's coming down the stretch, but the good thing is you do have 6 of these next 8 at home.
Now listen, the Duluth Huskies, we talked about consistency before first pitch. And the Huskies, obviously, we talked about the comebacks. They've had games like this where it's phenomenal. And we have sat here on the postgame show, particularly me, after saying the Huskies are hot, and then they go on to lose their next 4. And the consistency has been the problem for Duluth. They have to buckle down, and they have to find a way to put together a win streak. Because with, 9 or 8 games left in the season, we were saying that this team with 10 games left needs to finish 7-3. So with 8 games, you're looking for them to at least finish 6-2 to guarantee punching their ticket into the postseason. And where is that going to come from? It's going to come from the bullpen. And tonight, I want to talk about a Richard Keel 2 shutout innings. I was saying that I wasn't sure about Richard Keel going back out there for the second because he's kind of proven this year that giving him multiple innings spells doom for the Huskies, but he was actually absolutely phenomenal with the slider. And then you have Michael Sarhat. That guy is so much fun to watch right now. And then Ethan Hammerberg, again, doing Hammerberg things.
Well, the Huskies, they will open up the 2-game set with the St. Cloud Rocks tomorrow afternoon. First pitch coming at 3:05 at Wade Stadium. Oscar Leppe expected to get the ball tomorrow. Then the Huskies will turn over to Will McIntyre for another Sunday afternoon outing here at the Wade.
And real quick, before we end the postgame show tonight, if Oscar Leppe is able to give them 4 or 5 solid innings and the bullpen comes up big again, and I know for a fact when you were listening to the Hammerberg interview, yes, the rumors are true. Jared Southard is coming back, the chosen one. So if you can get another save opportunity with Jared Southard and he can close the door on the St. Cloud Rocks, you have that one. You have a chance at a sweep with Will McIntyre on the bump for Game 2 possibly.
Well, the Huskies are 0-6, looking to make it 2-6 by the time things wrap up on Sunday. That'll wrap things up for us here on Friday night. Huskies, they take this one 4-3. For my broadcast partner, Matthew Hargrove, and for everyone working behind the scenes here at Wade Stadium, I'm Brendan Reilly signing off for the final time this evening. Huskies 4, Loggers 3. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3:05.